Could the universe itself reveal God's plan? It's a question that has echoed through human history, whispered in the quiet of the night as we gaze upon the tapestry of stars. We see a vast, silent expanse, and yet, within that silence, many of us feel a resonance, a sense of something greater than ourselves. Is it possible that the cosmos is not just a random collection of matter and energy, but a deliberate, intricate message waiting to be deciphered? A divine blueprint, written in the language of light and gravity, spanning billions of years and unfathomable distances. Let's explore his cosmic wonders, not as astronomers seeking only data, but as seekers of meaning, looking for the fingerprints of the Creator in the clay of creation. We will journey from the grand architecture of galaxies to the delicate dance of particles, from the ancient wisdom of sacred texts to the cutting-edge discoveries of modern science. This is an invitation to look up, to wonder, and to see if the story of the universe is also, in some profound way, our own story. Start with awe, the first language the cosmos speaks. Before we can understand, we must first be humbled. Before we can analyze, we must first be captivated. Awe is the raw, unfiltered emotion that floods our senses when we confront something immeasurably vast, beautiful, and powerful. It's the feeling that quiets the noise of our daily lives and opens a space for something more profound to enter. This is the universal starting point, a feeling shared by our earliest ancestors who painted constellations on cave walls and by the modern astronomer peering through the lens of a powerful telescope. It is the soul's recognition of majesty. In this state of wonder, our perspective shifts, our personal concerns shrink in the face of cosmic grandeur, and we become receptive to the idea that we are part of a design far greater than we can fully comprehend. From our small lights to continents of fire, wonder scales. Look at our world from above. Each point of light is a home, a street, a city, a testament to human life, creativity, and connection. These intricate networks of light, like glowing synapses, trace the paths of civilization across the globe. Yet, from this orbital perspective, even our grandest cities appear as delicate, fragile clusters against the immense darkness of the continents and oceans. This view teaches us about scale. It shows us both our collective power to illuminate the night and our profound smallness in the grand scheme of the planet. Wonder scales from the individual spark of a single life to the collective glow of humanity, all set against the backdrop of a silent, watching cosmos. Galaxies right in spirals, time spun into luminous arms. These celestial cities, home to billions of stars, are not chaotic assemblies. They are governed by elegant underlying principles. The majestic spiral arms, which we see as static portraits of beauty, are in fact dynamic waves of creation, sweeping through the galactic disk. They are density waves, compressing gas and dust to trigger furious bursts of star formation. The bright blue stars that illuminate these arms are young and hot, living their brilliant lives and dying quickly, while older, cooler stars drift between the arms. A galaxy, then, is a living chronicle of time. Its structure tells a story of birth, life, and renewal, a story written in the language of gravity and light, a process of continuous, orderly creation unfolding over eons. It is a testament to a universe governed by laws, where even on the most massive scales, there is form, function, and breathtaking order. Birth out of darkness, creation still unfolding. The Bible begins with the words, "Let there be light," a powerful declaration of creation emerging from a void. When we look deep into the heart of nebulae, we witness this very principle in action. These vast clouds of dust and gas, seemingly dark and empty, are the wombs of stars. Within them, gravity slowly, patiently, pulls matter together. Over millions of years, clumps grow denser and hotter until a critical point is reached. A core ignites with nuclear fusion, and a new star is born, flooding its cosmic nursery with light and warmth. This is not an event confined to the distant past. It is happening right now, across our galaxy and in countless others. Creation is not a finished act. It is an ongoing, dynamic process. The universe is alive, constantly renewing itself, bringing light out of darkness, order out of chaos. Each new star is a fresh spark of the initial divine command, a reminder that the work of creation is never truly over. Mystery with edges, where knowledge bows to humility. For all that we have learned, for all the incredible images our telescopes have captured, we stand at the shore of a vast cosmic ocean of mystery. We can measure the speed of light, but we cannot fully grasp eternity. We can map the cosmic microwave background, but the ultimate origin of the universe remains a profound question. We theorize about dark matter and dark energy, which together make up some 95% of the cosmos. But we do not know what they are. They are placeholders for our ignorance. This is the edge of our knowledge, the boundary where scientific inquiry meets philosophical and spiritual contemplation. It is here that we are invited to practice humility. True wisdom is not in having all the answers, but in recognizing the vastness of what we do not know. It is in this space of not knowing that faith can find its footing, not as a rejection of science, but as a complementary way of relating to the ultimate mystery of existence. Patterns appear, order hidden in living forms. The sense of a grand design is not confined to the heavens, it is echoed all around us, and, even within us. Look closely at the world of the small. The unfurling of a fern frond follows a logarithmic spiral, a shape we also see in the arms of galaxies and the curve of a nautilus shell. This is a fractal pattern, where the same basic form repeats itself at different scales, from the large to the small. This principle of self-similarity suggests an underlying mathematical elegance, a unifying aesthetic that connects disparate parts of the natural world. It's as if the creator used a consistent set of design principles, a signature style that can be found everywhere if we only take the time to look. These patterns are not just beautiful, they are often the most efficient solutions to problems of growth, structure, and survival. Every unique design echoes a larger rhythm, from the branching of a river delta, which mirrors the veins in a leaf and the bronchi in our lungs, to the hexagonal cells of a honeycomb. Nature is filled with repeating rhythms and geometries. These are not coincidences, they are expressions of the fundamental laws of physics and mathematics playing out in the physical world. The branching pattern is the most efficient way to distribute resources or collect energy. The hexagon is the strongest way to tile a surface with minimal material. This harmony between mathematical principle and living form suggests a universe that is deeply ordered. Each unique design, from a snowflake to a coastline, is not an isolated accident but a particular expression of a universal intelligent rhythm. It points to a logic, a coherence, that permeates all of creation, from the inanimate to the living. Energy, balance, return, breath of a vast intelligence. Witness the aurora borealis, the northern lights. What we see as a celestial ballet of light is the result of a cosmic exchange. Charged particles from the sun, a stream of energy called the solar wind, travel across millions of miles of space. As they approach Earth, they are guided by our planet's magnetic field toward the poles, where they interact with atoms in the upper atmosphere. The result is this breathtaking display of light. It is a perfect illustration of a cosmic system in balance. There is an outflow of energy from the sun, a protective shield around our planet, and a beautiful transformation as these forces meet. It feels like a breath, an exhalation from the sun, an inhalation by the earth. This constant, rhythmic exchange of energy, governed by precise laws, speaks of a living, breathing cosmos, animated by a vast and subtle intelligence. When we notice, meaning starts to meet us halfway. The universe may be constantly broadcasting its story, but we must be tuned to the right frequency to receive it. The patterns, the beauty, the order, they are always there, but they only become meaningful when we pay attention. The act of noticing is an act of participation. When we choose to observe, whether with a telescope or with our naked eyes, whether we study a galaxy or a flower, we are engaging in a dialogue with creation. Meaning is not something that is simply handed to us, it is co-created in the space between the observer and the observed. The universe offers its wonders, and we, in turn, offer our attention, our curiosity, our awe. In that meeting, the world is no longer just a collection of objects, it becomes a network of relationships, a source of revelation. Meaning begins to emerge from the fabric of reality, meeting our searching minds and hearts. We look up, and the story looks back through us. There is an ancient philosophical and spiritual idea, as above, so below. It suggests that the macrocosm of the universe is reflected in the microcosm of the human being. When we look up at the stars, we are not just looking at something external. We are, in a very real sense, looking back at our own origins. The iron in our blood, the calcium in our bones, the carbon that forms the basis of our cells. All of these elements were forged in the hearts of stars that lived and died long before our sun was born. We are made of stardust. The universe is not just out there, it is also in here. The same laws that govern the orbits of planets govern the processes within our bodies. The same creative impulse that births galaxies is reflected in our own capacity for creativity, love, and consciousness. When we contemplate the cosmos in a way, contemplates itself through us. Faith can be focus, aligning lens, eye, and heart. How do we see this deeper reality? It requires more than just looking, it requires a particular way of seeing. Think of a camera lens. To capture a clear image of a distant star, the lens must be precisely focused. If it is off by even a fraction, the light becomes a meaningless blur. Faith can be understood in a similar way. It is the act of intentionally focusing our entire being, our intellect, our emotions, our spirit, on the divine. It is the alignment of the lens of our mind, the eye of our perception, and the heart of our deepest feelings. This focus doesn't ignore reality or science, rather it seeks to see through them to a deeper layer of meaning. It is a conscious choice to look for the hand of the Creator in His creation, to interpret the data of the senses through the lens of a belief in purpose and design. Perhaps the plan speaks clearest in small acts of love. After journeying through the vastness of space, after contemplating cosmic mysteries and divine designs, we might find that the ultimate revelation is surprisingly close to home. The grand impersonal order of the cosmos finds its most profound and personal expression in the human capacity for love, compassion, and kindness. A single candle, held in loving hands, pushes back the darkness just as a star does. A small act of selfless service can ripple outward with unforeseen consequences, just as the gravity of a small object can influence its surroundings. If the universe is built on principles of order, balance, and creative energy, then our own acts of love are a direct participation in that cosmic order. They are how we, as conscious parts of the universe, reflect its deepest nature. The divine plan may be written in the stars, but it is lived out in the heart. Keep asking, keep seeking, look up and also look within. The journey does not end here. The questions are too vast, the mystery too deep for a single lifetime of exploration. The invitation is to remain a seeker, continue to ask the big questions, continue to be filled with wonder at the beauty of a sunset or the complexity of a galaxy. But as you look up at the heavens, do not forget to also look within your own heart. For the God who created the Andromeda Galaxy is the same God who whispers to the human soul. The principles of light, gravity, and life that structure the cosmos are the same principles that can bring order, meaning, and love to our own lives. The search for God's plan is a dual path, an outward journey into the magnificent expanse of the universe, and an inward journey into the quiet, sacred space of the self. In the harmony between the two, we may find the answers we seek.